And I'm not a Derek Jeter fan as a Yankee fan, but I respect him. I really wasn't. No, I really wasn't a big Derek Jeter fan. Growing up,
about a clutch player, though.
He was one of the greatest clutch players to ever play the game. I mean, even his final game at home, the Baltimore Orioles, Buck Showalter, they came back. They hit 2 home runs in the 9th inning. It goes to extra innings, and who's batting third after a hit? I forget who hit the ball. He hits it. The guy steals second base. He hits the ball, and they win the game. And then when he wanted to hit his 3,000 hit in Yankee Stadium, he hits 5. He was 5 for 5, and he hits a home run on his 3,000 hit. It's storybook, and he always wanted to be a Yankee, and he even said it. Even when he was fighting with Brian Cashman on his contract, he always knew that he was going to stay with the Yankees. He had no thoughts. And even at the end, when he was getting inducted into the Hall of Fame, he said he pulled Brian Cashman to the side. And whatever problems that we had at the end of my career, or all the discussions that we've had that we disagreed, I wash it. I respect you for what you have done, and you helped me move forward in my career, and that's why I am who I am today. It's really, really interesting. It's a documentary you have to check out if you're not a Yankee fan. Derek Jeter is always going to be remembered as one of the faces of baseball in the last 50 years. He was very important.
Seeing him on last night on the pregame show and seeing him with A-Rod and A-Rod acting like they're the long-lost best buddies.
I will say this. At the end...
I think A-Rod is like the biggest phony that there is.
I actually met A-Rod, and I thought A-Rod was one of the nicest guys I ever met. He really was.
Could you imagine if he and J-Lo owned the Mets, Speedy?
Oh, forget it.
I remember being so against that at the time. I'm like, thank God it's Steve Cohen. Oh, my God.
No, but honestly,
I remember that.
Honestly, at the end of that documentary, his wife, Derek Jeter's wife, which, by the way, almost passed away on a second kid, and she actually she can't have kids anymore because they tell the story. She almost bled to death. It's crazy, but she actually told Derek, that when you're a young guy, you say things, you handle things differently in front of the press. People are different, and that you can't judge a book by its cover now that you guys are men. You guys are done with your careers. Sometimes you have to walk away from what has happened. Derek Jeter took it really personal, what he said. Derek Jeter was very to himself. He even said that. I kept people, my close friends, close, and everybody away from me because I didn't trust anybody. Everybody tried to, throw me under the bus or try to make me look like I was the bad guy when all I tried to do was play the game of baseball. And I loved the game so much. That's why I never settled down with anybody. The game was more important to me than anything else. And he couldn't, and he it's very interesting how he, explained who he was as a baseball player, as a kid coming into the league, then becoming slowly the leader, and then becomes the captain and becomes a man. It's very unique, and it's a great, great story documentary. It's 7 episodes, an hour an episode. It's 7 hours. It's fantastic. You have to check it out.
Speedy, did ESPN Plus pay him for the?
They should. They should. I was really into it. I really was, and
I think you should take this whole segment of you talking about it and send it to them, and
they'll love me.
Yeah,
they were like, "This guy, let's hire this guy." That's a good selling point. There you go, Brian. Take this and sell this to him. Oh man, but it's crazy. Baseball is everybody's pastime, and I don't care what anybody says. I want to see baseball come back on top from football. I don't know if it ever will because of the
way they're branding it.
No, but.
What's interesting? I have friends who said, "Well, if the Yankees and Dodgers are in this World Series, nobody's going to watch."
What a crock.
If San Diego's not in it with their lineup, nobody's going to watch.
What a crock.
If it's Philadelphia and Houston, this series is not going to get any ratings. I'm like, you're wrong, because Houston are still the team everybody wants to hate, even with Dusty. Yeah. And Philadelphia is a top 10 market.
And they hate, and everybody hates their fans.
People, including me, that hate them too.
They hate their fans. So
drag Philly down and see what they have, what stupid thing they'll do in their parade.
I've been in their park when the Nationals were winning, and the Phillies had really hit bottom a few years back. And some of the same players are still there now that got unbelievably, unmercifully booed for bad performances. And so now they're getting the flip side of it. So good for them.
Yeah.
Because those players pay their dues to have to play in front of those fans. And they, this year they really weren't drawing all that well, because I don't think their fans, believed.
It's their
season
sport,
ticket base had fallen off. They hadn't been good. They hadn't won. They hadn't come close in the last few years. So, their story is similar in a lot of ways to the Nationals 2019. Nationals won more games in the regular season and kind of locked up the first wild card spot. By early September, they were way ahead. Whereas the Phillies had to really play that final week to get in. But hey, they've played their behinds off. They've outplayed everybody they've played, and no score, bottom of the first inning right now.
I'm watching it right now. Guess who's up? Schwarber.
No, but you're right though. If all four Philly teams were bad all at the same time, their passion level for baseball would have been the least out of all of them. They're always football and hockey first.
He just got under it. Schwarber just got under it, or would have been gone. Right. Just got under it.
But yeah, you're right. There were a lot of empty stadiums there when they were horrible. Those Phillies teams,
Yep, they're falling off. Now you got, the Eagles are unbeaten. Yeah. They're the town right now.
Right now, they're the Boston, a.k.a. Red Sox, the Boston Bruins, the even Philadelphia Flyers are winning. It's crazy. They're actually one of the best.
You got Tortorella coaching, so they're going to be good at some point. Wow. And Tortorella's coaching, it'll never be dull.
No, never dull.
I love him. He's fun to be around.
I do too.
Next to Parcells, Belichick press conferences, Tortorella's up.
Tortorella looks like my father. So it's my father passed away, but he looks just like my father. So every time I see him walk into the stadium when they have the cameras on him, I'm like, he looks so much like my dad. And it's crazy because my father was as crazy as he was. So, remember when he coached for Vancouver and he wanted to beat up one of his players or the other team's players? This guy.
He's got a ring, though. He coached that
Tampa Bay, right? A Tampa Bay Lightning team,
Cup team in 2004.
Yep. And he could have he could have won a Stanley Cup with the Rangers, but everything fell apart. But again, this is a man that knows the game of hockey, and he's one of the best defensive minds in the NHL. No question that he is.
Charlie, I was talking about it earlier with Noah Syndergaard, how he left a sour taste to me when he left the Mets. I can't wait for the first Tony DeAngelo hissy fit that he throws with Tortorella.
By the way, Tony DeAngelo is one of the craziest people you'll ever meet, personality-wise, because I remember when I met him, he's not normal, okay? You think he's normal? He's not normal on the ice. He's not normal in person. He's one of those crazy people, and he likes to drink. He loves his beer. So, like you, Speedy, you get along with him. Charlie, we really appreciate you joining us. I'll give you a call maybe tomorrow, but we really appreciate you. You do such a fantastic job with the Nationals. Enjoy your summer vacation. Spend it with your family. Tell Alex.
That's right. I do my summer in the winter.
That's right. You look pretty, man.
Warm weather. I'm in Florida, so that's a good thing.
You look good, man. You look pretty. Your wife should be very happy, You look like you're not getting any wrinkles.
There's a few here and there.
Oh, come on. Everybody has wrinkles.
The big wrinkle may be in the midsection. So.
Don't tell Alex that.
I got time to work on that right now.
There you go. And you do that.
Yep.
Yeah. But we really appreciate you, man, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, we'll see if my team, based on it being up for sale, whether they make some moves to improve. And then we found out the Commanders are going up for sale today.
Well,
they could have more problems.
The Orioles are next to go up for sale. So the whole region's going to have teams up for sale. We'll see what happens.
If I had $1 billion, I'd buy one of those teams too.
There you go.
You could call it the Beltway bidding war.
Maybe I'll play for Powerball. Maybe I'll get lucky.
There you go.
I doubt it.
Anyone I know that wins that thing saying, I'll see you.
Charlie, thank you, man.
You got it. Talk to you soon.
Awesome. Awesome. As always, Charlie Slows, fantastic. His son, Alex Slows, working. He's working his butt off. He's moving into serious contentions, hopefully, and getting his, moving into better opportunities for him. Me and Charlie were talking about him today, and Charlie was like, I want him to be more, more open to having the opportunity to do some baseball and basketball and learning the games a little bit more, not just wrestling. And it will open up opportunities for him, being that he's a young kid. What is he, 25, 26 years old? He's around your age, Speedy. And I think the way you started and how you have grown as a radio guy, you have to grow. And I think Alex needs to figure out where he wants to go, and I think he will. And when he does, he's going to be very successful. His father, look at his father, 30 years in the game of baseball, and he's did basketball, and he's done soccer. I mean, anything and everything that he can learn to broadcast, he does it. And that's what you have to do. You have to be open for everything. If you want to be successful in this business, you have to be open for all different sports, not just one. But fantastic, as always.
Don't worry, Charlie. Your son served the role of Lightning Tampa Bay Lightning bandwagon fan just to annoy Lyle when they were playing the Islanders in the Eastern Conference Finals.
I was pissed.
Well,
I know you were.
Almost won 3 in a row.
Yeah, they did, and it almost made me throw
pretty
up.
Well in the salary cap era to even win 2 in a row.
They cheated with that salary cap. They had 3 players hurt for the whole season, and then they waited.
They didn't cheat. They found a loophole. Here's the right words.
They're Bill Belichick.
Yeah, they found a loophole that now has to be fixed.
Yeah, somebody else will do it.
Yeah, who knows?
But see, that's what the NHL salary cap is, to me, different than any other sport, because you have to meet the cap every day. You have to be under the cap for every game. So if you have an injury, not a long-term injury, but a short-term injury, and you call up a player based on what he makes, you have to make a manipulation to send somebody down just to be under the cap that day.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
Different than every other sport. You're really managing the cap every day. If you're a team that's right up against it, like the Lightning were. Yeah.
Like the Islanders are.
Well, that's why Tampa Bay has a lot of new players now that they're trying to work through. He traded away some people because they had to make room under the cap, and sign some players long term so that they have, salary cap expectancy going forward, knowing what they have for over several years. But I'm going to go watch the game. I'm going to go eat dinner.
Yes.
See you later, man.
Thanks for joining us.